Well, Nigeria's recent presidential and parliamentary elections were generally seen as free, fair, and credible. However, for some Nigerians, doubts linger about their new president, 72-year-old Muhammadu Buhari, a retired general and former military leader. VOA reporter Ibrahim Ahmed has just returned from northeastern Nigeria, and he joins us to share his experiences while covering the election. Ibrahim, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you for having me, Vincent.
Yes, you're most welcome. And actually, you did travel beyond the northeast of Nigeria.
Yeah.
But one thing I wanted you to share with us, how was it just being particularly in the area that has been seriously affected by Boko Haram?
Well, this was an election unlike any other election in Nigeria's history, especially because of the insurgency in the northeast. There was doubt as to whether elections will hold in those areas. But after the 6-week postponement, the military was able to gain some ground in the northeast, and those elections were conducted almost peacefully, except for a few areas in Bauchi and Yobe states.
Yeah, which is sort of different because you've covered these elections before. As you went around the country, what is it that people told you were their main, we know the main concerns, but the priority concerns that they want addressed by the new president?
Well, the main concern everywhere in Nigeria is the issue of security, not only in the north, but also in the southern parts of the country. You have these kidnappings, armed robbery and stuff in the south, while you have the Boko Haram insurgency in the north. So this is the main concern of the people, closely followed by the issue of the economy. There are a lot of people who are unemployed, especially young people, and when you talk to them, what their concern was, how do I get a job? Some have been out of school for like 2-3 years and they're still unemployed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, for some time, one of the campaign lines of Goodluck Jonathan and his people was that Buhari is an old man. Nigeria needs a fresher, younger person.
Yeah.
Talking to people around the country, what did they tell you made them think Buhari at the age 72 would be the kind of president they need now?
Well, his track record, although most of the young people were not around when Buhari was the military ruler, but his track record, this was somebody who had been a president in the country at a time when he could do whatever he wanted to do because, it was a military government. This was a person who held the oil minister's position. Compare that with those who are holding similar positions now, and you see the big difference. This was a guy who lives like a normal person, so to speak, like a commoner, compared to people who live with this kind of flamboyant life.
He doesn't have that.
He doesn't have that,
People, and he has had the opportunities to do that.
He had the opportunity, but, people stuck with him because of his honesty.
Yeah. But some will also want to see action very quickly. What do you think are going to be some of his challenges and perhaps frustration?
I think his main challenge is going to be expectation, because there are a lot of people who were expecting that with electing Buhari, the problems of Nigeria will disappear immediately. That this is going to be a big challenge, especially with the way the economy is now, with the price of oil down. And this issue of security also is a long-term process that needs to be addressed. You can root out Boko Haram from their main bases right now, but dealing with them in the long term is going to take a long time to deal with the issue.
Very quickly, what are some of the interesting things you encountered as you were covering the election that perhaps we didn't get to report on this show and perhaps you didn't get a chance to share with us?
I think it's that particular issue of using the card reader machine. For the first time in Nigeria, you see some states in Nigeria, both from the north and the south. You see, like in the last election in 2011, you see like about 1,500,000 people voting, and this time around, you see only about probably 500,000, 600,000, because this machine was able to make this election credible, was able to make it fair, was able to remove all those issues of multiple votings and ballot box stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely this is going to be the standard, and perhaps just perhaps the country just takes it to another level of improvement. It's definitely going to make a big difference, not only for Nigeria, but for the rest of Africa.
Exactly.
Well, Ibrahim, we do appreciate very much your insights and for being with us here today.
Thank you.
Ibrahim Ahmed is a reporter with Voice of America's Hausa Service.